Hey everybody, it's Chase with AV Pop Culture again, and it is time for some big physical media news. We have Arrow's huge month of announcements with one very, very big surprise that is a high Chase's target. We also have Severin sale. We'll take a look at that real quick and see if there's anything in there for me. Lots to get to, lots of other physical media news, so pop that tape in. I got you. Let's go do this. All right, so here we go. We have Arrow's big announcements just dropped right now. I'm going to get this out to you as quickly as possible, but let's just dive right into it because, man, oh man, there is a big one for me. If you follow me, you know that this is a big, big movie for me. I'm going to get this pulled up here. There's a couple of these, but this one was a blind surprise. Nobody had leaked this one or anything like that, and I usually will never do a physical media news covering leaked announcements because things can just kind of change. I always just prefer to wait and see for sure. All right, so the first one up, the big one nobody talked about, nobody saw coming, that is the biggest target for me, and I already have a copy of this movie. I already have the steelbook and the slipcover. I don't care. This is one of those few movies that I will double dip on a 4K. I don't do that very much. There's just a couple of handful of movies that are that for me, and Return of the Living Dead in a chunky box is one of those for sure. So we've got it right here. A cool, big, chunky box from Arrow. Now this is a UK release, but as you can see, I'm on Orbit DVD. Movie Room is going to have that too. I might jump over there and check and see if they've got it up, because I've started to do some more ordering from the Movie Room. I don't have any kind of like partnership with them or anything like that, but they have a special line of stuff that I've kind of started to dip my toe into, and they're the only ones that have it. We'll get into them in a little bit, but this one is all this is October drops, and man, this chunky box is super, super cool. Look at that artwork. It's a UK release, but like I said, you can order Movie Room, Orbit DVD. You can get it from any of those guys. They're going to have it. So the street date's the 13th. You are going to get in here the reversible sleeve featuring original and newly commissioned artwork by Orlando Arocena. Perfect bound collector's book with new writings on the film by Gary Smart. A preview of the forthcoming sequel comic, Revenge of the Living Dead. You're going to get the double-sided fold-out poster with new art. I hate when they do double-sided. Just do two posters. You're going to get a 4K restoration from the original camera negative. I'm guessing this is the same restoration because it does not say it's new. I'm guessing they licensed it because it's for the UK. Listen, it can't be done better than the 4K that already exists. It cannot be done better. So that is a reference quality 4K disc. So you're going to get the original lossless mono, all that kind of stuff. Audio commentary. So a lot of this looks like it's ported over. I don't see anything that specifically says new on here. But you are getting a lot of, you're going to get the disc 2. So this is a 2-disc set. This just the same thing Scream Factory put out. It 100% is in a different collectible package. Matter of fact, I will see if I can jump over to Arrow and see if they actually have any, if they give any more information. No, they just completely they got the same. It's basically all the same stuff as the Scream Factory release, but you're going to get this new art. You're going to get the Arrow chunky box, all that kind of stuff. So I am 100% in. This was a surprise. You can see the reversible art here. But yeah, this is a big one for me. This is a big one. So in this one, nobody talked about, so I am super happy to get it. Okay, so that's Return of the Living Dead. I mean, I know it's one of those rare ones I'm going to double, triple dip for on 4K, but I can't pass that up. This is just one of those movies. Everybody has a few of those movies. Some people do it for any movie. I don't do it for any movie. I do it for a couple of handfuls of movies. This just happens to be my favorite zombie horror movie of all time. So, there you go. Also, in the UK, you're getting the UK release of The Sadness. Now, we know how this sold out so fast for Vinegar Syndrome. It's like you got the same cover artwork and you got a different artwork on the inside. I'm going to guess also this. Well, I know this for a fact because a while back they put this in. It was like in Variety and The Wire. They've licensed these from Vinegar Syndrome to put out in the UK. So this is going to be the Vinegar. This is going to be whichever. It's going to be the same transfer, the same restoration that the Vinegar Syndrome partner label release or whatever had. So I never got that one, so I don't remember if it was straight Vinegar Syndrome or partner label. But you're going to get all the same stuff. Everything is ported over. But if you missed out on this be the time to get it, because you can pay $30, get the same thing. You don't get the hard like side loader. I'm not sure if that's what it was on Vinegar Syndrome, but you're also not going to pay $100 for it. So The Sadness, that's technically a UK release. Again, you can get it here. And then the other two that I'm just out of my mind excited for. I mean, you guys know that I'm a huge John Carpenter fan. In the Mouth of Madness. So I guess they wrestled the 4K rights from Scream Factory. Scream Factory's had the Blu-ray forever. I've held off on buying the Blu-ray, and I got paid off for it because we are getting a huge chunky box of In the Mouth of Madness. So this one, man, I am super excited for this. A brand new 4K restoration from the original 35mm camera negative done by Arrow Films. It's going to have Dolby Vision, HDR. You're going to have an archived audio commentary with John Carpenter and producer Sandy King Carpenter. An archived commentary with John Carpenter and the director. A brand new audio commentary by filmmakers Rebecca McKendry, Eric Kane, and co-hosts of Colors of the Dark podcast. Making Madness, a newly filmed interview with the producer Sandy King Carpenter. Do You Read Sutter Kane, a newly filmed interview with Jurgen Prochnow. Never say his name right. Or say that name right. The Whispers of the Dark, an archive interview. Greg Nicotero's Things in the Basement, an archive interview. You're going to get We Are What He Writes, a new featurette in praise of John Carpenter and In the Mouth of Madness. Some other archive stuff. You're going to get the Making of archive vintage featurette. Reversible sleeve featuring newly commissioned artwork by Francisco Francavilla. Double-sided poster, perfect bound collector's book with new writings by a bunch of different people. So it's pretty loaded. And we have been, this is another one. Now, as a Scream Factory guy that's been doing all the Carpenters in the black box set, you're like, man, what like, that part of you is like, I wish the whole line were uniform like that, and I just had them all in one place. But you already didn't have Christine, so this is the next best thing, is to get this in a chunky box, and I am down. One of this is immediate pre-order. Like, some of this stuff I will pre-order when I get off this video. Like, and In the Mouth of Madness is definitely one of those. So there is that. And then my other one that I was super hyped about is Spawn. Now, a lot of people feel a kind of way about Spawn. I like Spawn a lot. I like the HBO animation series, which is very R-rated, from back in the day. Super excited to get Spawn. Now, I will say, here is the one, I think, misstep by Arrow this month, is that they did not do Spawn in a chunky box. And the other release they did for this month was a kind of lesser known Abel Ferreira film MS-45. They gave that a chunky box. So we'll just cover that one real quick and kind of save Spawn for last. No, that's the Blu-ray. So here's the 4K chunky box. $37.99 on these chunky boxes, y'all. It's not bad. So I have not seen this movie. It's got a new 4K restoration by Arrow Films of the 35mm negative, Dolby Vision HDR10. Got a new featurette by a film critic, brand new audio commentaries, a new featurette by a film critic. It's got some archived interviews with like Abel Ferreira, stuff like that. So it's not as loaded. You're going to get your book. You're going to get your poster. This is one I've not seen. Of course, this one, is, I think, the other title of this was Angel of Vengeance. It's supposed to take place in the 80s. It's a revenge type film. I've never seen it. You guys would have to hard recommend this for me before I picked it up. I don't know about that one. Maybe it's great. You guys will have to let me know. But I got to be honest. I don't know how they're picking what gets a chunky box, because MS-45 getting a chunky box and Spawn just getting a slipcover doesn't make any sense. It really does not. But let's take a look at Spawn over here, coming out on the 7th of October. It is getting a new 4K restoration of both the director's cut and theatrical cut of the film from the original negatives by Arrow Films. So that just kind of compounds the fact of, like, why didn't this get a chunky box? You did two complete restorations of the theatrical and the director's cut, which is much more R-rated from what I understand. So, like, you went through all this trouble and then you stuck it in a just slipcover. Like, I swear they throw darts sometimes. It doesn't really make any sense to me. But it's got a reversible sleeve featuring two original artwork options, so they didn't do any new artwork on it, which is also odd. Let me pull that up on Arrow's website because he doesn't have pictures of it over here. So here is Spawn. It has the two original artwork pieces. I really don't know why they didn't do any new artwork. Now, I love both those artwork pieces. Maybe they just figured they couldn't do any better. But I'm going to tell you, this outside cover right here on a chunky box would have lit the world on fire with the way that looks. Because that thing pops. That is cool art. I'm not sure why. Sometimes I just want to, like, work for them. Like, it's almost like they need people who are like fans and collectors to be like, no, yes, no, yes, no on what gets chunky box. But you're getting the original artwork. You're getting an illustrated collector's booklet featuring new writing on the film by John Torini. Double-sided poster featuring both artworks. You're getting a 5.1 surround sound, lossless stereo, so no Atmos or anything. Brand new audio commentary with comic book expert and podcast host Dave Baxter. Audio commentary with Todd McFarlane. That's from 1998. Hell's Perfect Son, a brand new interview with actor Michael J. White. So you're getting the lead actor back for a brand new interview. You're getting two new restorations of the film, and you just slap it in a slipcover. I don't understand that. Spawn support, a brand new interview with actors Melinda Clarke and D.B. Sweeney. Like, you got all the main actors, basically, except for Martin Sheen, back involved in this, and you made it just a standard slip release. You got The Devil's in the Details, a brand new interview with animatronic creature and special effects makeup artists Howard Berger and Greg Nicotero. So listen, you got D.B. Sweeney back, you got Melinda Clarke, you got Michael J. White, you got Greg Nicotero, all doing new stuff in here. This should have been a big chunky box release, because it's also a 2-disc set. Like, I don't understand, like, what you're doing here. The second disc just has the theatrical cut on it, but still, they put it on a separate disc. You got a multi-disc set. You got original Todd McFarlane storyboards, sketches, preview, a preview of Todd McFarlane's Spawn, the animated movie, behind-the-scenes featurette, making of, a new interview with the editor of the movie, a new interview with the music supervisor. Like, they got a lot of people back, and it's just a slipcover base release, and they didn't do any new art. I don't know, understand. Like, this as a chunky box would have just... It makes sense, too, because it's a 2-disc set. It's not just a single disc. It's got all kinds of extra features with, like, the whole cast, pretty much, except for Martin Sheen. You got and John Leguizamo. You got the whole, like, main cast there. And you got Greg Nicotero coming in. So I don't understand not getting that when... this one is a single disc set, MS-45, with a tiny fraction of the work and features gone into it. I really don't get it. I really don't. But you guys let me know if I should pick that one up, because I'm not, like, I don't know anything about that one. So, and then we also have a release of Trick or Treat, one of my favorite horror movies of all time. This is the same 4K restoration they put out last year in October, but we are getting a steelbook this time with Little Sam on it right there. Arrow doesn't release standalone steelbooks too often anymore, so it's here. It's got the same 4K restoration they did before, which is one of the best 4Ks, period, that exists, period. You can check out the list of what I consider to be the best 4Ks in existence, like as far as actual 4K restorations. So it's got all the same stuff on it. It's just it's a steelbook. So if you want the steelbook, and this one's one that's going to kill my soul, because this is, I'll have to go back and forth on this, because I own both variants of this. Because this is one of, like, this is like top 10 horror movie for me of all time. Of all time. Not anthology, not whatever, of all time. So it will be hard for me to say, nah, I don't need that steelbook. It will be very hard for me to say that. Again, they just happen to hit a couple things, this and Return of the Living Dead, that are like probably top 10 horror movies for me of all time. So it'd be a rare double dip, but it may happen. And that's pretty much it. They have this other film that came out on Blu-ray. I know nothing about this. 3 Extremes. I know nothing about this. A Trio of Ghostly Tales. Oh, so it's another Hong Kong cinema. They're never going to miss a month. They're just never going to do it. It's like drinking through a fire hose. So you guys can dive into that one if you want to. But that is the announcements on Arrow. It is a pretty big month overall. Like, I'm not going to lie. For me, there is no question, In the Mouth of Madness, John Carpenter, chunky box set. Spawn, zero question. It should have been a chunky box instead of MS-45. No question about that. But Spawn, In the Mouth of Madness, and, of course, Return of the Living Dead, chunky box. No question whatsoever on those. The Sadness, I don't know. And MS-45, I don't know. 3 Extremes is a no for me. So I'm definitely picking up Return of the Living Dead, Spawn, and In the Mouth of Madness, though. So those are the biggest ones, biggest targets for me. You guys let me know about MS-45. And then the Sadness, I don't know. I've actually never seen that. So I would have to probably try before I buy on that one. Because if it's a horror movie that's like, it's a one and done type thing, I don't need to buy it. Like if it's one that like you should see, but it's not one that you were going to rewatch very much, then there's no need for me to buy it. And then I'll probably get the Steelbook, I'm not going to lie, of Trick or Treat, which doesn't look like it's up for order yet on Orbit. But that is the big news and my targets on Arrow. With the Severin sale, we covered it last night in the live stream. So make sure you check that out if you're interested. Severin just doesn't have a lot for me, right? It's cool if they do good work, all that stuff. They just don't have a lot of movies that I'm particularly interested in. The one thing that I am looking to pick up, I'll show you my cart, you guys. So I haven't pulled the trigger on these yet, but Cemetery Man, De La Morte de l'Amor. I think this one is wonderfully weird, and it is like it's like Evil Dead 2 with a lot more sex and nudity, I guess. But it is a quirky, interesting movie, and I'd like to have that set right there. But Cemetery Man, and then I'm considering picking up like Castle of the Living Dead at $7.50. Christopher Lee, Crypt of the Vampire with Christopher Lee, $7.50. Castle of the Creeping Flesh, also $7.50. And then The Wild Wild World of Jane Mansfield. These are the only things that really like kind of caught my attention. Like Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker is one that's kind of interesting to me, but I mean I've seen that movie several times. I just don't know if that's one that like I need to own to rewatch all, because it is twisted as hell. So, but these, I'll just be honest, if my man Daniel of the Cobwebs channel is watching, I figured I'd pick up Castle of the Living Dead, Crypt of the Vampire with Christopher Lee. And if I ended up not liking those movies, I would just send them on to Daniel, because he's a big, Christopher Lee fan, kind of gothic horror or whatever. So, it might be worth checking out. So if I pulled the trigger on all of those, it'd be like $60 for all 5 movies. And I don't know if I'll pick them all up or not. But those are the ones that I'm considering. But if you're big into Severin, they do have some whole like sets here for everything they're putting out, all the shark stuff that they got, these crazy ass shark movies, all that. I'm gonna let you guys dive into it. We did a deep dive in the live stream, so make sure you jump over, check the live stream. You can just kind of skip to where we get to it and cover everything when the sale goes live. But that's the Severin sale. Let's see if anything else is shaking bacon while I'm on here. I know Criterion had a big recent month of announcements I didn't come on here and cover, but History of Violence is a big one. I'm going to get that. Believe it or not, I have never seen that movie all the way through. So I'm going to grab that one, probably in November. I'm not doing the pre-order. I want to address a couple of other things on the Arrow leaks. This one got leaked. Prince of Darkness, John Carpenter, says coming from Arrow. That makes no sense. I mean, right now I have a pre-order of the 4K Steelbook from Screen Factory. Hasn't even come out yet. So they clearly still have the 4K license. And it has amazing artwork on it. And there is a Studio Canal active UK release of Prince of Darkness on 4K. I don't see where there's room to get this one out by Arrow. So I'm not so sure this one's actually happening from Arrow, because there's an active license. But you can go pre-order the Steelbook, 4K Steelbook of this from Screen Factory right now. And they did the big black box set release. You can get the standard now too. So it's active 4K in the US from Screen Factory. And then there is an active Studio Canal 4K release of this over in the UK. So I don't see where there's a licensing room for this one. So I don't know if I'd hold my breath for this one. Maybe it'll happen. I don't see how. And then there is the leak rumor of Salem's Lot. Now, this has got to be coming, because I know some people are getting the card for this inside their like Zombie Flesh Eaters 4K set. Or maybe other sets too, but that could mean it's UK. Here's the thing on this. This is the only one that doesn't say that it's coming to 4K. I would hope it's coming to 4K, But if you guys follow Christian over at Planet CHH, he did an interview with Cliff McMillan a while back, and Cliff said there was going to be a huge horror release coming later this year that he knew that fans were going to be upset that it was just a Blu-ray. I really hope it's not Salem's Lot that he's talking about, because Salem's Lot has had a Blu-ray for a long time. So that would just be a kind of a wah-wah. And the movie was shot on film. It would be amazing 4K to help bring out some of that detail. It's a very foggy, atmospheric type movie. So it needs a 4K. And I hope that if they do this, it's not just another Blu-ray. Because the Blu-ray's been out forever. I have it. So just a little thoughts on that. But lots of stuff coming. I am probably going to get the box set release of The Conjuring. One of my favorite, what I would call modern era horror movies, like after 2000, after the year 2000. The Conjuring is one of my favorites. I will probably go over like the Movie Room. Let me give those guys some love over here, because I know they're a small shop trying to get things going, and they've got some. We're gonna hit something over here too. They've got the Conjuring set, limited edition collector set, $59.99. Tell you 22's left in stock. I may just pull the trigger because it's like $20 difference to get this box set, and I've been doing these UK box sets, so maybe I will just go ahead and get the box set on this one to kind of match like Beetlejuice and Constantine and stuff like that I've picked up. So I might go ahead and grab that one. But The Conjuring is a must for me. And then something I wanted to touch on here that the Movie Room's doing that other people don't. And I'm going to do a whole video of this because I got a couple things coming. Not necessarily from the Movie Room, but I got a couple things coming that it's a whole different ball game. But they stock these premium editions from like Film Arena was a big one. I don't think Film Arena is actively making stuff anymore, but they have like the Manta Labs and stuff like that, these premium one-click editions of stuff. So this is the only company, I'm not seeing this from a lot of retailers putting this out. So like here you've got this one that you can pre-order, Kong Skull Island, which I love Kong. You're talking about chunky boxes this big. And they're going to, inside that outside chunky box, they are going to have multiple chunky boxes inside of them that have multiple steel books inside of them, all kinds of extras, a numbered edition, all that kind of stuff is going to be in there. So Movie Room is into this, and this isn't something like these kinds of editions are not something, I mean, you can't freely just collect these. At least I can't. I don't have the money of these, but like to buy just every one of these that come out. But if you have movies that are super special to you and you just want to go all in, it's like next level premium edition collecting, then you can get stuff like this. And there are things that I will dip my toe into, and you'll see them when I get them. But they have all kinds of stuff. And they're about the only one I see carrying these premium editions. Now they have some other premium editions that are not as expensive. It just depends on the movie that you get. So like there's Thor: Love and Thunder. I wouldn't buy that one on a bet. That has nothing to do with the Movie Room. I just think that movie's horrible. But like here's a Reservoir Dogs. Now this one happens to be sold out, but it's a full like slip box edition with a steel book, all this extra stuff in it, done by Manta Lab. So you're gonna get to collect your movies in a whole different way. And that one's more reasonably affordable. It's $80. It's still expensive, but you could grab that. They got stuff like The Fifth Element. So like these designer, big, huge, prestige editions is what I call them. I don't call them. They're calling premium editions. I call them prestige editions, luxury editions. The Movie Room is stocking them. Of course, eBay is another place for these. You can, all that kind of stuff. But they're the only place I see stocking them. And if this is something that you want to dip your toe into for a super special title to you here and there, the movie room's got you covered. And when I get my stuff, I'll kind of show you. But yeah, that's something else I've been looking at. My man Mark Deal, who is a channel icon, he is into these from like Film Arena and stuff like that, and so he pushed me into not personally, like not actually pushed, but he kind of pushed me over the line. Like, man, I need one or two of those for some of my favorite movies. So there you go. You can pick those up from Movie Room as well, and that is pretty much it. Of course, you guys make sure you use my Amazon links. Like I know everybody says that they got Amazon links. If I ever put Amazon links down here in my community tab, I don't push it. It does help the channel. And when I say it helps, I mean, you guys should know none of us get rich off of those. They're like, you get maybe, depending on the thing, maybe you get 50 cents, maybe $1, maybe 25 cents. It just depends. It's a whole big thing, but it does help. And it's a way you can help support the channel. The same as if you join the Patreon, get your name on here and all that kind of stuff. And liking and subscribing. Like, views have kind of been up and down lately for everyone. YouTube changed the algorithm, all that kind of stuff. Overall, they're trying to weed out some AI channels and everything. But anytime they do a big overhaul, it kind of affects things. And, trying to reach that 20,000 subscribers here soon. And we'll do a huge giveaway and stuff when we get there, a huge party for that. And just above and beyond, trying to take it up there. And I really do appreciate all the support, y'all. And I have a big list video coming this weekend of recommendations. It may get demonetized. I don't know, but it's so much fun. I got to do it, y'all. I got to do it. So make sure you look for that on Saturday at 2:00. But that is what I got for you this time. I hope you enjoyed it. Some big news. Talk to me about anything down there that I might have missed. What are you grabbing? All that kind of stuff. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like and subscribe, y'all. It helps me out so much. And until next time, be kind, rewind like always. This is Chase with AV Pop Culture, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.